So this is the Moga XP5-X Plus by Power A. Jesus Christ, it's a mouthful. It's a Bluetooth controller for mobile and cloud gaming for Android phones. I got this for my S20 Ultra, and Xbox just rolled out their cloud gaming system where you can play Xbox Live games through the Xbox Game Pass on your Android phone, and that's huge. Like, normally I don't game on my phone. I would mess around with games like PUBG, Mario Run a little bit, Dr. Mario, stuff like that. But I typically do my gaming with my home consoles, with my Nintendo Switch, my Xbox One, and my old school shit like my PlayStation 2, my Nintendo 64, that kind of thing. I've always been a traditionally console gamer. I've never really been a PC gamer, but I've been getting more and more into Android gaming. And so for me, this is huge because when I found out that you could play actual Xbox games on your Android phone, I already subscribed to Xbox Game Pass. I have like the service for the next 2 years. I've been messing with that for a while now. And so when I found out I could play those games on the go, and I found out about this contraption, I was like, I gotta get that. They have another model of these. They have variations of this, but they had another one that they made last year, which pretty much looks the same. The only thing that's different is that the Xbox logo button wasn't on there, and the color accents wasn't the Xbox green. It was orange, if I'm not mistaken. But accordingly, it's the exact same thing. And tracking down this motherfucker has been a bitch. I looked everywhere. Best Buy, Target. I even went to some of my local video game spots that usually have everything, and nobody had this. It was sold out, or it was on pre-order. And this thing supposedly was announced over a month ago because it was going to be released in conjunction with the Note 20, with the Samsung Galaxy Note 20, and it's just hard to find. So I walked into T-Mobile dealing with some other issues. I was there for something else, and they happen to have two of these, so I swooped it up. And ironically, I just ordered from Walmart the model from last year. So anyway, enough of me rambling. I want to see what this is about. Now, you can game with your Android phone and Xbox Game Pass if you have a Bluetooth controller, which I have right here, and it works pretty good. And before, I'd set up my little stand, prop my phone up on it. I spent like $5 on this little contraption, this cell phone holder, and it's one of the best investments I've ever made because I always use this thing. But anyway, this is my little hood setup. You put your phone on there, and then you'd run Xbox Game Pass, and you have to have a Bluetooth controller, and it works really good. But obviously there's issues with this setup. So when I saw that they had this thing that could hold the phone on top of your control, and you could pretty much take it wherever you go and game with it, I was like, I gotta have that. Let me open this thing and see what the deal is. This is the box. Accordingly, it has an integrated power bank with 3000 milliamp battery inside. You can do button mapping. It's laid out pretty much like the official Xbox controller. Again, this was developed in partnership with Microsoft. And then it also has Bluetooth, or you can use USB-C and plug it directly into your phone. So I dig that too. I mean, Bluetooth is cool and all, but there's a little bit of lag with that. So you can also rock the USB-C directly into your Android phone. And by the way, even though I have a Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra, and that's my main phone, my daily phone, I also tried gaming along with my LG G8, which is a phone that's been out for about a year and a half. It's an older phone. The specs aren't as beefy as the S20 Ultra, but it worked really, really good on that too. Obviously, the S20 Ultra has a bigger screen, so it's a much more immersive gaming experience. But my point is, Xbox Cloud System will work with older Android phones too. I don't know about mid-range phones. I haven't tested it on that, but the LG G8 is a flagship phone. It has a processor that's about 1.5 years old, but the cloud service handled everything I threw at it and played the games with no stuttering. I was rocking State of Decay and Resident Evil 7. So I just wanted to put that out there. You don't have to have the latest phone for this revolutionary service to work. So anyway, this is the instruction book. Obviously it explains what everything does. I'm pretty sure everybody knows how Xbox One controller works. So put that there. Here's the cables I was talking about. So like I said, if you want to game and have your controller directly plugged into your phone, this allows you to do that. You have various wires here, various connectors. You have a regular USB cord, and then you have the USB-C, and then boom, you can pop this out, and it's a micro USB, which is the traditional plug that goes into your standard Xbox One control. So you can plug that in, boom. You can also turn the standard micro USB port into a USB-C. And of course that can go into your Android phone, like so. So anyway, we got some different connectors. That's cool, they put 2 of these in here. I guess that's in case, you know, you lose one or one of them wears out. So that's cool they did that. I'm digging that. Then you have just a straight up micro USB to regular USB cord. I'm assuming this is if you want to use this with your PC. You could plug this into your PC because this works with Android phones or PCs. I'm not sure you can use this on your Xbox. I've read conflicting things online. I'll post an update on that if I find out you could use this on your Xbox. But that's not why I got this, and I assume that's not why most people will be getting this. Obviously, PowerA makes third-party controllers for Xbox. This is more for, like I said, Android or gaming on PC. So here's the control. It feels good. I actually dig this. I like this textured grip. Has some buttons underneath. The traditional Xbox controller does not have that. My battery pack is in my other controller. So that's why it's looking janky. Actually, in this control right here. I'm loving this Volcano Shadow, I believe that's what it's called, controller. It has a nice texture. You put the Game Pass app on your phone. You open that up. And of course, you got to pay for the Game Pass service. It feels good when you hold it.
That's what she said.
And the buttons feel nice and clicky, responsive. Here's the Xbox logo. Okay, so this button shows you how much battery life you have. There's a button on here where you can switch between USB and Bluetooth. So, of course, if you want to use the wire, you can pick the USB option. It looks dope. Feels better than some of these other controllers that they've made in the past for cell phones. That's what appealed to me on this when I saw that they were working with Xbox on this, because they've made variations of these things over the years for mobile gaming when mobile gaming was an afterthought. And that's why I've never really gamed on my phone. There's been a few games like PUBG. Of course, I've never been a fan of Fortnite, but PUBG, Mario Run, Animal Crossing, some of those games I've messed around with on the phone. But like I said, I do most of my gaming on consoles, and the reason I never really messed with mobile gaming is because while a lot of the games are cool, they're made for cell phones. And so you don't get the same epic games and immersive games you do a lot of the times that you would for a console. But now that you can play Xbox Game Pass games on your actual phone, the same game, this is huge. Not some watered down version, not some specially made version of the game for your mobile device, the actual game you would play on your Xbox. That is huge. And a lot of people aren't really talking about that. The control feels really secure and well made. I don't know how this attachment that holds your phone is gonna hold up. Right now it's kind of janky. But basically you snap it in. Yeah, see, I don't like how this like kind of wiggles. Especially when you have a $1,400 phone. Wouldn't want that to jump out and fall on the fucking ground. Okay, but anyway, you can tighten the holder onto the control, and now it seems a little more secure than it first did. Still kind of wobbles. But once your phone's in, I'm assuming you can tighten it with this, and it should be more snug and secure. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and put the Ultra in. And of course, this is a 6.9 inch phone, so it's huge. Let's hope that it could fit this. It should be able to fit with no problem though, because again, this XPS5-X Plus was made for the Note 20 Plus. And the Note 20 Plus is the same size as the S20 Ultra, for those that don't know. Now, of course, I have the case on. I don't want to have to take my case off every time I'm in a game. So it should be able to fit. I mean, it's huge. It's really snug in there. I mean, if we're talking about my penis meaning some vajayjay, that'd be cool, but in a situation like this, it's not necessarily a good thing. Anyhow, you go and tighten this up. And so I see, basically, depending on if you want to move your phone up or down, you would loosen these, move it to the position you want, and then tighten it. And I'm assuming this part tightens this actual holder onto your phone. See, it's not really flush. By the way, I'm rocking an OtterBox pop socket case on this S20 Ultra, and it makes it really easy to hold the phone, because this thing is huge. This phone is huge and it's unwieldy. So the pop socket case and the OtterBox case makes it easier to hold the phone in your hand when you're taking pictures or operating it. Anyway, I highly recommend the case. So yeah, this will work. It's heavy as hell. The Ultra is no light phone. It's a 5,000 milliamp battery in it, so this thing is a beast. Okay, so I peeked at the manual again. Thought I should be able to figure all this out without looking at the manual, but oh, see, that's my fear right there. It just happened. I was just trying to show you that this is where the Bluetooth connector button is that you press, so it shows up on your Android phone. And while trying to do that, my damn S20 Ultra fell out of the freaking case, came out. I swear, this thing is not very secure on here. And for a heavy ass phone like this, I could see this being a problem. Obviously, it just fell on this soft cushion, but if this would have fell on the pavement, that would have fucking been a bitch. And my $1,400 phone would have just tumbled out. You see, this thing snaps in here, and it feels secure right now, but when you put this big heavy phone onto it, it makes it top heavy. And just trying to turn it over and show you guys the Bluetooth connector button made it fall out. So I have the LG G8, which is smaller than this phone, obviously. It's a lot lighter too. I could use this with it, but the other day when I was playing State of Decay, reading some of the text and some of the stuff, State of Decay has a lot of interactive stuff you have to do where you got to help different characters, so it'll write what each character wants you to do, like go help Susan or go help John or some shit. He's surrounded by zombies. So it's constantly writing things on the screen. And of course, if you're using a TV, it's no problem reading that stuff. But reading some of the text on this smaller screen, it's a 6.1 inch screen, that was kind of challenging, and I found myself squinting. So obviously the Ultra is a bigger phone, so you could read text and stuff that the game is saying a lot easier. It falling out shouldn't be that big of an issue, but it is something to be weary of if you're interested in buying this. If you have a big, heavy phone, and most phones nowadays are 6.5 inches and above, so most of these phones are going to make this thing top heavy anyway. So you press this, and now the Bluetooth connection should appear on your phone. Still not doing it though. Why? Okay. Okay, I'm holding it down. Come on, you can do it. I believe in you. There we go.
A great success.
Shows the Moga XP5-X Plus. All right, so I'm gonna pair that. Damn, that took a while to pair it. Now it's asking me to install Xbox Game Pass. Why, I don't know. I already have it installed, but whatever. Let's see. Maybe there's a special version of this that works in conjunction with this specific controller. Even though I already have it installed on here and it worked perfectly fine with my official Xbox control. But we'll see. Anyway, we're gonna open it up now. I have to freaking sign in again. All right, folks. Hold on a second. Don't want to bore you with the sign-in process. Okay, so I'm signed back in now. Let's play. Booyah. Now we're gonna fuck with State of Decay real fast. All right, so let's try to get this back in here. Let me go ahead and start up State of Decay, one of the best zombie games ever. Left 4 Dead holds that crown. Left 4 Dead 1 and 2. But this would be my second favorite zombie game, aside from all the Resident Evil games in the main series. Actually, I'm gonna take this phone out of the case just for this demonstration. I'm hoping that I don't have to constantly take it out of the case just to play, because that would really suck. It took a while to set this up, but it was mostly a user error. It's not that anything's wrong with the product. So anyway, now the phone's in there without the case, but there's still a gap there. I kind of like that the pop socket was flushed with the holder. Now there's like a space. It's not as heavy as it was though. Still kind of beefy. All right, just telling you can play Android games on your mobile device. And so now we're in. So let's see. All right, so I'm just gonna mess with this real quick. See how responsive the control is. Of course, the stereo speakers on the S20 Ultra are a beast. The stereo speakers on this phone is really good, so you have no problem hearing while you're gaming, hearing the music, the audio. Of course, you can always rock your Galaxy Buds or USB headphones, which Samsung used to throw in the box, but now those fucking Scrooge McDuck motherfuckers are starting to eliminate shit like that. Like in the Note 20, you don't get headphones. Anyway, I'm rambling again, so let's go into Heartland. All right, everything seems responsive. Continue. All right, I'm digging this. So yeah, this feels a little better without the case. Of course, my phone is kind of off axis, off to the side. It's not lined up perfectly because Samsung puts their power button and their volume rockers all on one side, unlike how traditionally it's done with phones. Like with my LG, you know, you'll have your volume rockers on one side and your power button on the other side, so you won't be pressing down on the button under the holder. Anyway, it's off to the side, so that's kind of weird. Makes it feel kind of off.
And thanks to you. On that topic, there's one more thing we could use help with.
Hopefully I don't turn this off by
If you're available, gear up
accident.
and meet us back at the ranch. Gracias.
All right, there we go.
Roger that, Ray. I'm heading out now.
Okay, it's more center
Okay,
now,
see you
so
soon.
that's better. I just don't want to like accidentally press the power button.
Right back at you, Ray. This gives me a good chance to ask Santos what's really going on around here.
partner, don't forget. I'm here if you need me.
Uh-huh. I will definitely keep that in mind.
So see, I was mentioning earlier, on this game, for example, there's a whole lot of text. Like right now it's saying, talk to Roy. You can talk to Grace. She's gonna like speak to you. So it's a very interactive game where you gotta do a lot of reading.
Adios.
And so when you use a smaller phone, it's hard to see some of that text. And the stuff they're saying is actually important. Otherwise, you know, somebody could get killed. One of your characters could die, or one of the characters you're trying to work with or save could die, and that could affect your standing. But here we go. One thing I can already tell, gaming with this for maybe an hour or two, prolonged periods, will make your hand fatigue. Because again, this phone is heavy. So I guess it just depends on how big and heavy your phone is. It will depend on how quickly your hand will get tired. But this is a lot better than the hood contraption I had set up with this holder where I would hold the phone. But I'm digging this. Of course, I'll do a follow-up review. I mean, this is not really a review. It's more of an unboxing, and I wanted to show people this new thingamajig. Since a lot of people online aren't really showing it or talking about it. Like I said, it was hard to find this thing. And I just happened to run into T-Mobile after looking for this all week at Best Buy. I looked on Walmart, Target. I went to some of my video game spots, and Walmart had it online, whereas other places you had to pre-order it and there was like a wait for it. Walmart had it to where they had the previous year's model from last year. And I actually ordered that one, and I was supposed to pick it up. But I wanted this new version with the actual Xbox logo that's designed in conjunction with Xbox. Oh shit, I'm about to get killed. About to fuck up.
Feral incoming.
Oh shit, a feral's coming. Damn it. These ferals are hard to kill like Spice One and Method Man. Fuck that.
Time to reload.
Shit, this feral's gonna fuck me up.
Really out. Fire in the hole! I'm hurt.
Dude, get out the corner, man. I need help, y'all. This feral's about to fuck me up. I wish it was daytime so you guys could see the gameplay a lot more clear. Wow, we actually killed it. That feral almost fucked me up. On this game, the feral and the juggernaut will kill your fucking character. And that's happened to me many times, and I built the character up and they'll fucking kill him.
If I keep dancing with the plague zeds, I'm done for.
And it sucks. This is the XPS5 by Moga, XPS5 Plus in full effect. I'm digging it. It does what it says it would do. It's as advertised. Like I said, the only concern I see is the contraption is kind of fiddly, so you got to be careful. Get it in there snug. And if you use a heavier, bigger phone like the S20 Ultra, S20 Plus, the Note 20 or Note 20 Ultra, any of these bigger phones, it makes it top heavy, obviously. So you got to be careful, and as you saw earlier, it did fall out. So I'd be kind of careful where you're gaming with this. Be careful.
I got a screamer here.
Hold it over your lap so it doesn't fall and break your phone. But it seems pretty pimp. Exit game. Anyhow, if you don't want to connect your phone through Bluetooth, what I was trying to show you earlier before my phone tumbled out, you can plug in the traditional USB plug into the back, and then you have your USB-C here, and then you would run that into your phone like so. So yeah, I'm digging this. This is pretty pimp. Anyhow, so far, I believe this is worth $60. if you buy a traditional Xbox controller, it's $60 just for the controller itself. So with this, you get an Xbox style control, the holder, all these wires for $60. And to me, that's well worth it. I'll do a follow-up review on this to let you know my experience. But so far, this is huge. Like, again, a lot of people are not really giving credit to Xbox for rolling out Game Pass on mobile devices. But you can straight play, like I said, the actual games from your console, like Resident Evil, We Happy Few, Blair Witch, World War Z. These are all games I was playing on my Xbox. And now you can play that on your mobile phone. And you don't even need this contraption. I mean, like I said, you could just do what I was doing, Rocket Hood style. You just need a Bluetooth controller and you know, just have some place to put your phone, like that holder I was using, where you could just display it. Just need a place to lean your phone. So boom, that was my little setup, and it was working. There was nothing wrong with it. It's just, this is obviously more fancy, a little less hood, but it did the trick. So you don't even need something like this. The fact though is that you can play Xbox One games on your mobile phone. Google Stadia, Apple Arcade, all of you guys are getting smoked. Like this is the future right here. And I like that Xbox is doing this. I like, you know, as you can see, as your cloud games, your console games, your PC games, and Xbox is tying all of this together. And that's what they've been doing for several years now with the Xbox Series X. Obviously, they're going full steam ahead, and I'm digging this. I'm digging that you can play all of this stuff. This right here blows Google Stadia, Steam, Apple Arcade out of the water. Straight up. I know the haters ain't gonna like that because everybody got the thing they like, the system they like, the gaming setup they like. But the fact that you can play console games on your mobile phone, and it's not like a watered down version, it's not like a special mobile edition of the game, it's the actual games you play on your PC. So I can play here, and then later on, like the Switch, I can go back and play on my TV, and it'll continue where I was playing. Like State of Decay, you know, I've been playing on my console for years now, and I could just resume playing here, and it's the same game. It's not like a special version of it. That's huge. And they just rolled this feature out like about a week ago. It's been in beta for a while, and now it's ready for prime time, and it's well worth the money. And again, I don't have to pay some extra fee just to game on my phone. It's the same fee I'm paying on my traditional Xbox on my home console, and I get to use the service on the go or at home. That's a game changer. That's killer. You don't know how fucking dope that is. I mean, I grew up playing Atari's 2600 and the original Nintendo Entertainment System. So I've been here for the entire progression of gaming, and this is revolutionary. This is one of the first things in a minute that's actually wowed me. That's my little demonstration of the Moga XP5-X Plus by PowerA. I'm glad I found this at T-Mobile, and I will be returning the Walmart one because, like I said, at first I couldn't find any of these controls, even last year's model, anywhere. So this one is definitely a keeper. But there you go. Thanks for watching.